Okay, let's just dive straight into this explainer, guys. Because today, the source material we're looking at addresses the literal war that's happening inside your head right now, every single day. We're going to explore the undeniable, life-changing power of a disciplined morning routine, and exactly how you can weaponize that first crucial hour of your day to completely transform your life. We're breaking down insights from some of the absolute most intense motivational material out there, and we're distilling the whole shebang into a highly practical, no-nonsense protocol.
So, let's start with a really brutal reality check right out of the gate. Are you choosing comfort over your own potential? Think about it. Every single morning, the second that alarm goes off, your brain starts negotiating with you, doesn't it? It's like, come on, just 5 more minutes. It's so warm in here. You worked so hard yesterday. Look, these aren't just random, innocent thoughts. This is literally your primitive brain actively trying to keep you comfortable. It's desperately seeking that instant gratification of sleep over the really hard work of actually building your potential.
And this whole internal negotiation, it basically comes down to two totally distinct mindsets that are just battling for control. On one side, you've got the boy, and this is the mindset that seeks comfort, blames external circumstances, makes endless excuses, and yeah, hits that snooze button. But then on the other side, you've got the man, the mindset that absolutely demands excellence, takes 100% ownership of outcomes, and acts immediately. Zero hesitation. Every single day, one of these mindsets is going to win. If you actually want to reach your full potential, you have got to definitively bury that weak voice and deliberately, actively build up the disciplined one. And look, that starts by taking responsibility. Not necessarily for everything that happens to you, but for absolutely everything that happens because of you. To win this daily war, the material suggests adopting a very specific persona, the calloused mind. You see, the modern world has just become incredibly dangerously comfortable. Because of that, we literally have to go out of our way to actively inject discomfort back into our lives. We have to essentially artificially inseminate it through early mornings, really intense physical training, and hyper-focused deep work. I mean, let's be real. You don't get better sitting around on a soft couch, right? You get better by actively seeking out the friction. And honestly, David Goggins perfectly captures the absolute essence of this persona. I mean, think about this guy's story. He completely transformed himself from a 297-pound exterminator who genuinely hated his life into a Navy SEAL. How? He did it by actively choosing the absolute hardest path possible at 4:30 in the morning every single day. While the old version of him would have been sound asleep, he was out there sweating, suffering, and consciously choosing pain over comfort. He realized, kind of profoundly, that the only real way to build a brain capable of handling anything life throws at you is to deliberately put it through the worst things possible. Those brutal morning sessions, they weren't even really about weight loss. They were about proving to himself that he could choose discipline over desire when absolutely nobody else was watching.
Section 1. The first battlefield, destroying the snooze button.
Now, you might think hitting the snooze button is just about snagging, 9 more minutes of sleep? No way. It actually sets off this massive cascading failure for your entire day. The literal second you hit snooze, you're actively choosing comfort over your commitments. When you reach for your phone while you're still in bed, you're choosing distraction over direction. You're instantly shifting from being a creator of your own destiny to just a mindless consumer of algorithms. Every single time you choose that easy, cheap hit of dopamine, the comfort of the blankets, the glow of the screen, you are basically training your brain that focus is optional. You're literally casting a vote for the weakest version of yourself.
But here is a super fascinating psychological concept to keep in your back pocket when that alarm starts screaming at you. It's called the extinction burst. Basically, right before you finally break a bad habit, like staying in bed, the internal resistance absolutely peaks. Your primitive brain is terrified of change, so it throws this massive toddler-level tantrum. So that super intense, overwhelming desire to just roll over and go back to sleep, it's actually not a sign that your body needs more rest. It's a sign that you are right on the verge of leveling up. Pushing through this extinction burst isn't just a good idea, it's mandatory if you actually want to grow.
Section 2. The immediate action protocol.
Building undeniable morning momentum doesn't happen by accident. It happens step by step. Check this out. At 5:30 a.m., your feet hit the floor immediately. Zero negotiation. By 5:35, you're hydrating. By 5:45, you're moving your body. At 6 a.m., you're sitting in total silence just to focus your mind. And by 6:15, while literally the rest of the world is still dreaming, you are already tackling your most important priority work. Look, highly successful people don't fight their morning grogginess with just willpower alone. That never works.
They use rigid, dialed-in systems exactly like this to front-load their premium mental energy into their most premium activities.
Let's zoom in closely on those first two physiological steps, because guys, they are absolute game changers. Think about it. After 7 or 8 hours of sleep, your body is completely dehydrated. Forcing down 16 to 20 ounces of water instantly kickstarts your metabolism. Next up, engaging in just 10 minutes of movement. We're talking simple stuff, push-ups, some stretching, that absolutely forces blood flow. You don't need to dive into a grueling 2-hour workout the second you wake up. You just need to loudly tell your body, hey, it's time to wake up. These two super simple, immediate actions completely kill that nagging urge to go back to sleep.
Now, if you're wondering what the ultimate why behind all of this is, it really comes down to one massive compound effect: 182.5 hours. To put that into perspective, if you wake up just 30 minutes earlier every single day and actually use that time for focused self-improvement or priority work, you gain 182.5 extra hours over the course of a year. That is literally more than 4 full work weeks of extra time just dedicated to building your future. So while your competition is literally snoozing, you are out there compounding your massive advantage.
And honestly, the true beauty of this whole system is that it actually gets easier. A lot of people mistakenly think waking up early requires this infinite, endless supply of willpower. But willpower runs out, fast. Discipline, on the other hand, actually rewires your brain's default settings. If you consistently, day after day, choose the discomfort of waking up early over the instant gratification of sleeping in, after about 30 to 90 days, your neural pathways literally change. What started out feeling like absolute torture becomes a routine, that routine transforms into a habit, and eventually, that habit just becomes your identity.
Section 3. The macro perspective. Rent is due daily.
So how exactly do you keep this fire going once you finally start seeing some results? Well, you have to adopt this exact mindset. Think about Kobe Bryant. Right after he won his first championship without Shaquille O'Neal back in 2009, his first thought actually wasn't about celebrating. He literally turned to his trainer and said, "Tomorrow I'm 0-0 again." He deeply understood that past achievements mean absolutely nothing today. Yesterday's wins, they do not count toward today's scoreboard. Sure enough, he was right back in the gym grinding at 4 a.m. the very next day. The core of this whole philosophy directly challenges a really common trap. Most people out there think success is kind of like buying a house. You work hard, you buy the house, and boom, you're set for life. But that is what we call success poison. It leads directly to comfort, and comfort eventually leads to eviction from your top spot. I mean, just look at what happened to Blockbuster when Netflix came along, right? Instead, you have to completely internalize the reality that success is rented. Imagine you're renting this amazing penthouse, but the catch is, the rent is due every single day. Operating with this mindset makes you totally immune to comfort, because you know for a fact that arriving is just an illusion. So, how exactly is this rent paid every single morning? It's paid through these totally non-negotiable habits. You pay your mental rent by actively resetting your mindset, studying and learning something new. You pay physical rent because, let's face it, your body completely forgets yesterday's workout. Fitness and health are strictly daily payments. And you pay skill rent because your professional abilities are essentially depreciating assets in a constantly changing market. You pay this rent by totally embracing the grind and the relentless suffering required to just keep improving, day after day after day. Which brings us to the final, absolutely critical question of this explainer. Your rent is due tomorrow morning. That alarm is absolutely going to go off. So what's it going to be? Are you going to choose comfort and hit that snooze button, or are you going to get up immediately, fully embrace the callous mind, and pay your rent? The person you desperately need to become is ready and waiting. It's time to stop making excuses and start building some serious momentum. The choice is entirely yours.